Hey, my royals are in the house. Akewa, Akewa, my people. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm so sorry, your queen is super late today. So much to do. Ooh. I have been running around today. Come on in, come on in. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, my daughter. My daughter of Zion. Thank you, baby. Let me see. Today we have a very interesting topic. Oh my God. Share this live stream. Oh, thank you, Seva Energy. It's my pleasure. Come on in. You got your notebook. Oh, my people. Today we have a very interesting topic. I had a lot to do today, just running around. I'm like, I have to, get home for my live stream, our royal conference. Right, my people? Yay, my people are in. Greetings. Greetings. We have to watch our life, but let me catch on that comment. There's so much wisdom. If we watch only once, we may miss something. Absolutely. Okay. Bantu mother, I see you. Sewelo, Pasela Bantu, I see you. Mwah. Mwah. Muntu Congo, I see you. Ngonde Mezi Congo, I see you. All right. Philip Fortune, I see you. Of course, my daughter of Zion. I see you, baby. Craig Art, I see you. All right, we got almost everybody in. So, mbolo to all my beautiful, gorgeous, amazing African royals. Welcome home. Welcome to Nubia, the path to return, the home of the African royals. So thank you everyone for your support, your likes, your shares. I mean, they go a long way for me. All right, they do. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who has donated. Thank you so much. It means a lot. It means a lot to me. And today I would like to welcome you home again for another episode of Wearing Our Crowns. All right? So as you could see on today's title, Eradicating Evil from Among Us. So this is what we will talk about, because being royal, it's also being spiritual. You have to remain in that purity state of mind. You can't be, waging war on people for no reason, seeking the demise of others. You can't do none of that. All right, so before we start, I would like to welcome all of you. So all the royal of Africa are welcome. And I would like also to welcome our deserving ancestors. We are inviting them to join us in this chat, to secure our surrounding, to ground the zero tolerance to any trespassing. Any trespassing will be consequential. So as they shield and protect us, let's get into this. So today I will tell you about one of our others, Papa, all right? Because yesterday we talked about one of our Papas, my dad, and the wisdom he shared with me. So today we will talk about one of our other forefathers, our king. He's number 15 because my mom is generation 16, right? Thank you, my people. So, our king, Ntutumetuga, Simon Pierre, oh Papa, rest in peace. We're talking about you today. We're celebrating. I'm sharing with my brothers and sisters all these things you guys taught me. So, first, let me give you a briefing about that amazing king, king number 15, Ntutumetuga 2. All right? My granddaddy was a rebel, as any royal, any respectable royal, right? My granddaddy was a rebel. He told us that when he was, younger, at that point, our kingdom has been taken over, and, we were just going through the motion, blending in. The royal identity shouldn't have been revealed at any point. So what did he do? Him and his friends formed like resistance groups, right? And he told us that when the French people, when they started their colonization and stuff, they will go to villages and take the boys and take them to school, teach them French and forbid them from speaking any of our languages, the thing they were doing. And my grandfather was like, okay, we shall see. Let's go and take my grandfather was like, let's go and pay a little visit to their schools. So my grandfather and his friends, they had a little movement of resistance. So he told us that he was sitting in there in the classroom until these French people started tripping. He told us that, my children, they started telling us that they were the native of Africa. that it took them to go on a little trip toward Europe. When they came back, they found us. So my grandfather was that, the hell to the no, Mr. and Mrs. Missionary. If this is what you left Europe to come and teach us, consider that we don't want your school anymore. So he didn't stop there. He didn't stop there. Him and his friends started boycotting the schools. So before school started, they will run into classroom and get all the students out. Come on, let's go. These people are coming here to teach us nonsense. Now they're starting telling us that we don't belong in our homeland. Get out. Okay, no more school. And they will set the schools on fire. So my granddad... Oh my God. So he got arrested several times by the colonial police and put in detention and beaten and everything because his specialty was to destabilize their schools. So fast forward, remember I told you that I used to go to the village and spend time with them, right? So that granddaddy of ours, he will always teach us the wisdom through nature, through observing nature and stuff. So when my grandmother help will go and, you know, they will ask us, what do you want to eat today? Our grandparents, they would treat us like the real royal we are. They will ask you, what do you want to eat today? They show you the roosters, whatever they have, you know, everything is organic, everything is fresh. So you point out to the hen or the rooster you want to eat that day or whatever. And then they, you know, they capture it, kill it, clean it, and cook it. So one day, my brother, you know, picked the rooster he wanted to eat and stuff. And as the help was, you know, slaughtering the rooster, my grandfather came and stood by us. He said, okay, babies. We say yes. He said, what do you see over there? I said, well, we see the ducks. The ducks has gathered her little ones and some other, you know, chickens that were running from the screaming of the rooster that was being, you know, prepared for lunch. And I say, yeah, they just, you know, looking and say, okay, what do you think goes into that duck's mind? My brother and I were like, I'm sure that duck want to get away. And my grandfather told us, he wants to get away, but would he get away? Tomorrow morning when we wake up, he'll still be around, right? So, and my grandfather was like, you know what, in life, never be like this duck, because the duck is watching as, you know, the farmer is slaughtering the chicken for the chicken to serve as lunch or dinner that day. And the duck is just there, just looking. What the duck should do is get all her little one and start walking and start looking for another village where she's not exposed to such scenery. Okay? Because what the duck doesn't know, as the farmer is slaughtering the chicken today, tomorrow is the duck's turn. So to bring it back to our reality, my royals. So whenever you live somewhere and you witness injustice and you witness evil, and let's say you have somebody close to you, somebody you truly love, somebody you truly care for, you like the person, but you witness that the person is doing some really dirty things to other people. Never sit there and think that you will be that person or that thing or that system exception. Okay? Just like our elders taught us, you know, as the farmer is slaughtering the chicken, the duck is watching. But the duck should do more than watching. The duck should get up and leave from that place. If the duck is not in a position to make the slaughtering of the chicken stop and renegotiate the terms of their existence in that farm, you know, or else, or get out, is the duck's fault. All right? So let's bring it back to these Mzungus, the Ntanganese, right? Getting agitated, like the troller who came yesterday. When they were participating into evil, because each time you dare bring the topic up, you will see one of them telling you, well, oh, my people didn't own any slaves. Our family never owned any slave. Whatever we had to work for it, and blah, 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 blah. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some people on their side that were fighting against us, against their own people, because of what they were doing to us. Although they were a minority, but still there were some people that put everything at risk, you know. In the case of South Africa, you will see the story of, if you watch this movie, Cry, Freedom, I think Denzel was the lead actor in it, the story of Steve Biko. So it was a white journalist in South Africa. So he was writing stupid stories about blacks without really knowing their realities. So until Steve Biko did every and anything to meet him, he's like, you know, by just paying attention to his writing, the guy sound intelligent, and he may even sound intelligent enough to process truth. So basically, I just have to expose him to truth. So basically, the guy's name was Daniel Wood. So he started meeting with Steve Biko, and Steve Biko took him to Soweto, you know, the places they dump all the blacks to live, and their living conditions, what they had to go through just to move around their country, what they had to go through, you know, just to survive, you know. And the guy was like, I was clearly misinformed, because when they set up the... Okay, we back on. So even the people among them who are willing to do something, they may not even be in a position to think about doing something because of the way they've been using the media, you know, forever. So you could see in that movie that the guy, Daniel Wood, once he found out the truth, he sided with Steve Biko, and he swore to get his story outside South Africa. So basically, the minute he started speaking up against apartheid, you know how they do their people who dare, you know, question them or disagree with them on the way they treat minorities and all, they start treating you like that Negro. So they came heavy on him. They tried to kill him. He had to flee the country. And it's when he got in London that he published the book that told the world the story about South Africa and what was going there. Because in the meanwhile, they were doing business with South Africa, including United States of America. Bush father, he was like, oh, it's a strategic place. We have goods coming from there. So only when that guy, Daniel Wood, got that story out, that the public opinion was now alerted about what was going on really in South Africa. So, and then they started having these, was it Wembley concert, where a lot of artists, you know, made a concert to bring awareness on what was going on in South Africa, and especially on Nelson Mandela being detained for that long, right? So it's like wherever we've been, true, there are not a majority, and a lot of them are afraid for the repercussion and stuff. But nevertheless, there are some people, but a lot of them participated in setting up the system. And that's my carrot to them. I'm like, oh, now you don't want to comply. So how come, my friend, tell me this, And when you people were whipping our people to submission, where were you? Where were the marches? Right? Where were the marches? Where were the boycotts? Where were the this? No. It's like you guys were trained to inflict evil. That's why their parents were taking them to the hangings to ensure that the next generation is to come and treat black people this way. So I'm like, ooh, now, oh, it's a shock to your system because of the evil you allowed for so long. And that's what our, elders tell us. Never tolerate evil from among you. Never. The same evil that you think you are spared from will come back and swallow you because you yourself let it know that it's okay. Carry on. Sometimes you even clap. Sometimes you giggle. Sometimes you laugh. Sometimes you went and, and collected a piece of our person they set on fire and cut into pieces and mail each other the genital, whatever horror they were doing to our people. So you see, and now that evil is coming back to bite them on their derrière. Yeah. So now, even in the midst of all that, I'm like, for us African, they came for our labors. They worked us to death. Yes, they did that. They took away our wealth. They took away everything of value we had. But at least we're here. I'm like, now you folks, they're coming for your humanity. Prepare. Yes, gonna become robotic. Oh my gosh. My people, when people do you wrong, just watch them. Greeting, brown chair. I see you, my royal. I see you. So it's just like in anything in life. Some of us have family members. We know that they don't treat people around them the best, right? But we kind of deal with it. We kind of allow that evil to continue around us because we don't feel affected, right? We don't feel that it could ever turn against us one day, but that's the mistake. As the farmer slaughtered the chicken, the duck is watching, but the duck should do more than just watching. The duck needs to take action. FBA Nigel, hello, I see you, my people. So, they need to keep that in mind. Just like my grandfather told us. My grandfather said, you know what? I have more respect for. My grandfather said, you know what? I would have more respect for a duck who, one morning I wake up and I can no longer find because he saw what I did to the chicken yesterday and decided to walk away. He said, such duck, I won't go looking for it. I will respect his departure and let him go and grab his freedom. Okay? So in being royals, we have to remember to maintain, because we are the one, Tata Nzambe entrusted the mission on earth to teach his royalty, to express his royalty on earth. Okay? And as you know, our white brothers did, the case of the student that surpasses the teacher. So they took everything we taught them and, and used that and came and whooped our behind, right? All the knowledge, our ancestors have collected and everything. They took it, they went and remodeled it. They threw it back at us as Islam. They threw it back at us as Christianity. And then for those of our children who rose above, above the average, those of our gifted and our talented, you know, and then they pull them up from their elite. They say, come, 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 you're going to be part of our elite, just for them to enslave them again, right? They're going to sell them our own powers. Because, you know, that's what the thief does. The thief will steal and will store it in a thief storehouse, and then, you know, rebrand it and sell it to the rightful owner, who may not even suspect that this is originally mine. Why are you selling that to me? When our sons and daughters go and compromise themselves in those occult things, what do they go and get? They claim, you know, when you watch their videos, you will see this guy, the leopard. Okay, leopards, these are the guy who watches the back of the kings. Each one of you have a leopard as a totem animal by the simple fact that this is who walks with the kings. And whatever your king have, you have. They go and get what? This guy who's been watching over our heads since the time in Egypt. They have it by default. They know. They go and buy it from them in exchange of their souls or the souls of their loved ones. Ridiculous. And then they go around telling our people, oh, ignorance is a bliss. No. Ignorance is not bliss. What you don't know can kill you. Okay, my people. So we have to walk a straight up line, like an arrow. Yeah. Yeah. The Moors gave them gunpowder. So everything we taught them, they turn around. Ungrateful they are. Instead of saying thank you, they bettered it. They claim ownership of it, and they came and whoop us with it. You know? So that's why I don't want my people out there to be emotional about things. We can't afford being emotional. We got to operate with logics. Put feelings aside. Our ass got beat. What are we going to do about it? That's what we need to sit down and figure. How do we get through freedom? Number one thing we have to ensure is that nonsense they did, they never do that shit again. Never. And all of us have to be prepared. We can't let it go down ever again. That's why unity is crucial. Tiger. Bantu mother says she's always been a rebel. Royals, real royals are rebels. You know, they just know. You know, like I tell my people, blood calls blood. Many of you are on this chat because you know I have a message that you need to hear. I have no power to draw you to come and tune in, watch the videos and everything. But the people you came from draw you. Come and listen. I have a message for you over here. I have a message for you over there. It's a whole journey. I need to remind you, not everybody was somebody in Africa. There are lineages that touched that were royals, and on the other side they uproared that their descendant can't go to waste. Never. So they have people like me on my feet. So when I sing my song, those who will hear and be moved and be touched by it, these messages are for you. Okay? Like our sister channel that share our videos, African News Diaspora. You know, over there's this group of haters. There are some of our sons out there who, I mean, they're just so hateful about anything African. I mean, the hatred is real. But and then in my mind, I said, not everybody was somebody where we come from. Okay? Some lineages may get lost. I mean, nobody or nothing. I mean, there's really no big loss because to begin with, they were not somebody of meaning. But what I know for the crown royals, all those who were, you know, descendant of a crown king, and trust and believe they took our crown royals. I mean, it was indistinctively of the status, you know, they took our crown royals with them. So I know you guys are out there, and our people say, we don't die off easy. And our people say, they never let go of us, never. They always, you know, send somebody to bring you back home, where you belong, where your ancestor that was ever crowned king, where the placenta which he came through on earth is buried, is the land where your power resides. So to those, I know those, when I say something, they feel moved because their people on the other side have already conditioned them to be receptive of my messages. So I don't sweat it about those who don't get it. It's not for them. But they have our blue bloods out there. And you know, another thing, just like I told you, to let go of the emotions and everything. Whatever we went through, just try to force yourself, okay, to see what they did wrong, thinking they're harming us, but which at the end of the day will serve to our benefit. Let me start with number one. Number one, when they took our people and mixed matched them and stuff, guess what? There were some tribes, like they were like very powerful tribes, meaning the princess and the princesses from these tribes hooking up were going to create a race of amazing individuals, right? But unfortunately, on the continent, they probably would have never had the chance to cross paths and create these monsters like Shaquille O'Neal, because maybe because at home they were rivals. So check this out, my people. So when they took our people and mix and match them, so even the most powerful tribes got to mix with other most powerful tribes with which they were rival back at home. And then we had phenomenal people. So this is how we shame them. This is how you shame whatever hurt somebody put on you. You turn around and try to find the positive in that murky, dirty, and painful episode. Yet they breeded us. They breeded the stronger ones of us that could have never crossed paths. They made it possible. Thank you. They took our people and forced their languages on them, thinking that, oh, it's going to make us forget completely who we are. You know what my father used to tell me? Ngningone, you're going to be the one talking to our people, so I need you to learn all their languages. So that's what I was doing every summer. I just take a little trip to London. My parents would, you know, get these expensive vacations. Now looking back, I'm like, these people knew I would be the heir, and they were just preparing me. Too much coincidence. Because check this out, there was this company called EF that's still around. So this is the thing the rich kids do. Their parents would pay like $15,000 and you go for 1 month in the country of your choice. So you go learn the language. So during the day, they will put you in classes, so you learn the language during the day, and then the afternoon they put you in their expensive buses. They take you sightseeing, they take you to Disney World and stuff like that, and then you learn the language. And I was touring like that. The first time I came to America, it was in '92, and I told them, instead of putting me with a white family like you guys always do, I am now in America. I want a black family. They said, but black family don't really subscribe to our programs. I'm like, that's a lie. Our people are everywhere. Find me a black family or I don't go. And you know when they already got your parents' money, and this is when you crack that whip on them. So sure enough, they found a black family. And by the way, we're still in contact. It was one of the best summers of my life. So they placed me in a black family in Rockledge, Florida. My American daddy was Rodney Peak, and my American mom was Yvonne Peak. Now, I had two American siblings called Jarrell and Chandra. Chandra is my makeup artist, by the way. My baby sis recently moved around me. So, you know, we kept in touch and everything, but it was like the best summer because, you know, I got my first experience to a black church. They took me to a black church. And my American daddy, Dad Rodney, he taught me how to drive the automatic, you know, cars. Because in Europe and in Africa, we had the stick shift. So he taught me how to drive you guys' car with the gas and the brake. And it was fun, right? And of course, they took me to the family barbecue. I got to meet, you know, Mom Yvonne's dad, who was he was a U.S. Marine and he served in Japan, you know, and it was just amazing. My sister Chandra, that summer, it was the summer of the movie Boomerang. Boomerang came out. And then there was also, I don't think it was the Two Life Crew. No. Those guys who were singing Daisy Dukes. So my sister taught me how to dance, the shake dance and all that stuff. It was fun. So what I used to do, my parents would like, okay, which country you want to go this summer? Okay, let me go to Germany and learn the language. Let me go to Portugal. Let me go to Brazil and learn all their languages. Today, they took our people, mix and match, and then took away their language. Now, all we need is 4 little languages to talk to our people. So thank you. You did nothing. Okay? So in everything, you have to force yourself to see the positive that it draws and see how you can use it for your betterment and for your survival. Can you imagine all of us uniting? I mean, we are, right? We are that group of people. I mean, on the continent, there's about 1,000-something languages, and we master all their languages. At home, I think, for a matter of respect, I think each African country should select one of their languages and make it official language. We already know their languages, frankly speaking. So you see, in everything in life, always force yourself to see the positive in it. And you make sure you keep your surrounding clean. Because those in this chat, there's no, you know, they're having me to tell you that you're here because they brought you. So, and I know that in the depth of my heart, you are there because something in your soul says, listen to her. She got a message for you. She got a message for your soul. She got a message for your heart, and so on. So it's to let you know that to our royals, we don't lose our people. We never do. So even for those that brought and stuff, just like I said, it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time. Our people had to lay low. We were still under the curse. It's just like I told this guy that now we're out of the curse. These objects they have in their museum are in full activation mode. And you, I, the descendants of the owner, we call it into existence. Rise and show them with our word. It's just like, okay. So we have 45 on the chat, only 29. Come on, my people. I don't want to pay for advertisement on YouTube. Those fluke goes a long way in spreading the message. All right. So my people, this is to let you know in everything, try to see the positive and rise up and laugh on their faces. You did absolutely nothing. Yep. The Ken said, yeah, placenta land. Wherever they bury the placenta of your ancestor, this is where you draw your strength. When you hear that they couldn't take Africa without the Africans. These are the kind of thing we're talking about. Thank you. So you have to leave the emotions, because a lot of us, we still have heavy hearts, right? We still have heavy hearts, so it's very hard to let go. But as much as it's hard to let go, all right? Find a place to set aside the emotions. Find a way to set aside the emotion, and let's just think. That's what I do in my messages. I don't worry about they did everything they could possibly do to us. We survived it, my people. We're rising and still rising again. So we need to take away the emotion, the blah, blah. We just have to, okay, where did we fail? How did we get in this? So it's just like I dissect problem by problem. Our problem is, division. We need to take care of that. We need to go back to just being us Africans. I wouldn't want to be anything else. And God knows I traveled. Oh yeah, I traveled. I had the life of a president's daughter. I traveled. I live in the fanciest mansion, blah, 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 with butler, cook, maid, name it, driver. When we go to school, our driver, they always will be a driver and security. They will jump off the car and go get the door for us. I grew up into that, but guess what? Africa is in my heart. The dust, the everything, the good, the bad is my heart. Nothing they have abroad is like impressing me. What we want is, okay, you can no longer have it both ways. The 400 years are over. The children of Africa are done serving you. Now let our people go. If you know what's best for you, pay our people, because that karma going to fall on you heavy. If you think you can use people for that long and slaughter them and shed their blood, the soil of this land is entrenched with our ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears. And they think it could ever be well with them. No. Now, my people, if they pay or if they don't pay, we don't care. We're going home. Whether we eat, whether we don't eat, whatever we have, we share. Period. There are some tribes in Africa, like our tribe, the Fang people. French make sure they keep power away from us, because we are the intellectuals of the country. We're the one who can stand up to them and look at them deep in their eye. The other tribes are still scared of them. A lot of people back at home are still look at them as this the colonizer that could take their life like this at will. So even when I go home and stuff, I always do my activism job. I'm like, hey, like one day I went to a supermarket, a French lady just come and cut in front of the line. And the people who were standing on the line were just, I'm like, madam, hey, to the back of the line. Oh, and them, they always like to pretend that whatever they have is urges, that they're in the rush. And I checked her. I'm like, you know what you just did? No one can do that in France and get away with it. Why you come and do it on our land? What is wrong with you? So the French, they just they make sure they keep the power away from us because they claim that we are extremists. Because they claim that us, the Fang people, are extremists. Well, the Fang people happen to be the intellectuals of the country. We hold majority, I would say 80% of the PhD in the country. Our people are the brainiest, our people are the finest, all right? I mean, but we don't like them. So they make sure they keep that power as far away from us. Oh, Val, thank you for blessing your queen. Thank you. It shall be multiplied. It shall be multiplied, my daughter. So basically, you know, our main goal is just to carry ourselves around, caring after each other, like I told you about the baboon and her baby. That's how our parents, that's how our mothers tell our sisters when they become mother. Our mothers will tell them, hold that baby like a baboon hold hers. And please go and find movies. Please go and find videos, you know, of baboons and their baby. Oh man, it's beautiful. So once your mom tells you, please hold that baby like the baboon hold hers, you already know what to do. Whether your child has a broken leg, whether your child is not pretty per the local standard, whatever, that woman gonna love that baby. That's why you will see some of us, you know, some of our brothers here make the comment that African walk around like their shit don't stink. It's our mothers. The way our mothers praise us. And we need to start praising our kids. I remember, you know, growing up, like when I go to the village and stuff, and when I wake up, my grandmother will let me sleep until whatever hour. And then on top of that, when I wake up, she will serenade to me. Oh, here comes my baby, Ngningone, matched with a smile and matched unlike other, blah, blah. My grandmother will start praising me. And I will get outside and be like, thank you, Nana. And tomorrow she's going to do the same thing for one of my sisters. She'll have a different song for each one of them, each one of us. Now that's a lot of dedication. So we need to start doing that with our kids. Because remember what I told you. Our kids are our parents reincarnated. So we need to start telling them all these beautiful things about them so they don't lose their mind when somebody outside tells them that for the first time, whether they mean it or they just want to play with them or trap them. That's what our parents do back at home. My grandfather, you know, he's the first king who brought the tradition about crowning boys. Right? Even before the ancestor told him, he's like, my boys are useless. I'll crown my daughter. So he crowned my mom. Because remember I told you, they were not crowning us anymore. They were not crowning females anymore. Because he used to put the kingdom at risk of invasion by a potential son-in-law. So they were just putting us aside because the risk level was too big when we, the women, give the right to rule. So you can imagine going to the village, my grandparents, oh my God, they will start praising me from head to toe. So if it was a week vacation, I went and spent with them. When I come back to the city, oh, I feel like the most beautiful girl God has put in Libreville. Can't nobody tell me anything and me believe it. You see how it works? Yeah. We need to instill pride in our children. That's why our parents around the house, they call us Papa, Mama, because anyway, they name you after one of their forefathers or foremothers and stuff. So they maintain that level of care and respect, Papa, Mama, and stuff like that. And especially us, the daughters, you know, our moms, our dad, they will praise us. I remember when I was a little girl, remember I told you I come from a blended family. You know, I have brothers on my mom's side, I have brothers on my daddy, and together, you know, them together, I'm the firstborn of them together's union. So best and believe that when my parents were away, sometimes my sibling would push me around. So I had to defend myself on all sides. So you know what, my dad, when he finds me like I'm so aggravated, like somebody pushed me or fought me, my dad used to tell them, be careful with my daughter. My dad would tell, you know, my brothers, be careful with my daughter. My daughter is worth 10 of you. And I was like, Papa, tell them again. Tell them all. So you see how... Thank you, Sava Energy, for regulating. Thank you. Let me make you a moderator. So as you could see, you know, my parents, my dad would, you know, if he comes home and he feels like somebody said something hurtful to you, man, he's gonna praise you. The person who tried to hurt your feelings will feel embarrassed they even try. Okay? This is the kind of thing, you know, we need to keep around us, you know, always praise kids. They don't have to be your kids. Remember, we are one. If you see that your friend kid are lacking in that department or whatever, be that mother, praise them, bring up what they do good. Bring up what they do good. Tell them they're beautiful. You know, shake away their insecurities. Because if you don't tell your children, I love you every day, if you don't tell your children, I'll die for you, whomever, you know, bothers me, tell me, and it's you that I will believe. You give them, you know, you give them ammunition so they know that they don't walk alone. Even long after you leave this earth, your children will remember. It's like the way Papa or Mama fought for me in her living days. She's indeed fighting for me on the other side. So it helps, you know, raise strong children who are resilient, who can go through anything. Okay, my people, so peace, love, and unity at all time. Be the royal among savages. Okay, wherever you witness evil, it doesn't matter where it comes from. Check the person, tell them no. Check the person, tell them no. Evil is not allowed. Evil is not, you know, tolerated. The evil you make okay for other people will one day consume you. That evil will one day turn around and bite you. Okay, my people. So maintain purity of intention at all time. As royal, we are to remain pure. You know, we dwell in truth, in love, in light, in unity. And you will see when you get in that mindset, first of all, the toxic people will start avoiding you. They will, my people. And all of a sudden, you will even start realizing you don't bump into them anymore. Okay? You won't bump into them anymore. You will not cross them because your frequency, everything is so different. You will attract like-minded people. And you will see each time you need help for something, God and the ancestor will dispatch somebody just like from the sky. It's a good side of life to be when you have ascended, you have come into peace. Everything is crystal clear. You know, you don't have excuses, not even for yourself. You will see. It will be a clear indication that you have ascended. So my beautiful, lovely African royals. Yeah, Tigray. By the way, you know, I want us to understand something. If somebody is at home watching, Ethiopia, we want you to know that we are with you. Okay? We are with you, and you will win this too. Just like you won many other fights in the past. The administration that killed Muammar Gaddafi is back in office. So they're trying to rain hell on Africa. But we know that we still have a few lions on the continent. They haven't killed all our lions. So I want our lions on the continent to know that the diaspora is watching, and we're proud of you. Our father in Ghana, what's his name? President Nana. We're proud of you. Papa, we see what you're doing. We're proud of you. The other one is Paul Kagame of Rwanda. Know that we're proud of you. Do every and anything to maintain Africa united. Same thing, we have a tough papa in South Africa. His name is Julius Malewa. Papa Malewa, we hear you roaring all the way here. Keep it up. And we have to pray. We have to pray for Ethiopia. I mean, we can't get too political on these things. But just know that our prayers are with you. Tigray and you guys are brothers. You guys are brothers. That's what, first and foremost, you need to understand. We shouldn't, at this point, we shouldn't be fighting each other. We shouldn't. Put those weapons down. Our leaders need to make peace with their people. A leader is also a father of a nation. What does it mean? You have to love all your children, regardless of the tribe. You know what, my people, what I'm thinking? If our people can get it, correct with this tribe thing, maybe we need to do away with the tribe things. Because God gave us diversity for us to still honor him through his entire, creation. We gotta be in love. We gotta be able to, love each other regardless of the tribe, of the clan, of the oldest thing. We are one. Those in Ethiopia, in Tigray, you guys are brothers. Remember the Conference of Berlin, 1884. When will our fathers start behaving like that? Swallow your pride. Make peace. Sit down. These people, when it comes to defeating us, they go through great length. And we challenge you back at home to do the same things. Okay? So we keep you guys in prayer. Okay, my lovely royals. Nana Kofi Addo, that papa from Ghana. Know that you have a queen daughter here, praising, singing, celebrating. Because when our papa take that microphone, it's not too thorough. He shoots. Another one is Julius Malewa, Libreville, Addis Ababa. Libreville is my hometown, by the way. That's where your queen was born. Yes, Libreville, Addis Ababa. I mean, we need to make peace. You know, they need to stop. You know, that's something, they have power over us. They can break any country apart. All they need is arm a few rebels and promise them love, because they claim our people. I told you guys, be very careful with their mind games. They can make a child call on the cops and surrender their parents. That tells you how deep they can penetrate your soul. Okay, my lovely royals. So as usual, it was a pleasure, all right, to spend time, thousands of ethnic groups and languages on one landmass is a recipe for chaos. See China. Wow, Nigel, why are you so pessimistic? You know, it creates chaos because we're rejecting God's diversity. The Creator gave us diversity in everything, diversity in languages, diversity in race, diversity in culture. Even the animal, there's not just one kind of, one kind of bird, one kind of dog. No, there's diversity in all that. So our challenge was to still view one another as one, to still view each other as one. The languages are not the problem. It's the people who feel that the languages, should serve as an identification factor, are the people who are wrong, because in his eye, we are one. I encourage the languages diversity. Like my parents used to force us to speak Fang. Wherever they took us, they were like, we had to speak Fang at home. Dua Ngningone, much love. I love you too, my people. I do. So basically, it's us who perverted God's intention. His intention it was to show how mighty, how great he is. He didn't just stop at one kind of human being, one kind of bird, although he could. But he's an almighty God. So us, instead of honoring him and respecting him through his creation, we use the diversity to hate each other, to categorize each other. No, I'm superior. No, you are inferior. It's our own fault, ourselves, humans, including the Neanderthals, is that how they call them? All of us, and the animals and everybody. The animals never mess with anybody. It's us, the humans. No. Nigel, get those fears out of your mind. As you believe, it is done. That's why they use the media to rattle people up and to put them to sleep. Because this is a powerful tool to get what they want. You can't submit people into slavery until they have mentally surrendered into it. It starts here. It's time we see power in our diversity. That's it. My parents used to force us to speak Fang at home. And, their point was like, I want to still have a language I can address my children in front of people without the whole world understanding what I'm saying. So diversity in the languages, it gives you a level of privacy when needed. October Opal, I see you, my royals. Julius Augustus Breeds. Hi, my royal. Thank you. Be blessed, be blessed, be blessed, my prince. So we need to, you know, for us to terrorize us. That's why they have the imagery of, you know, cubs hunting us down, because they have to conquer us first in the mind. You know, that's why they don't want to leave us alone, because, you know, terror, you know, is a weapon of war. To just rob peace from people, it's a weapon, you know. So we can't entertain those thoughts. We can vibrate at a high level that will disarm people, that will put people to sleep, that will have them jumping around the street seeing seeing, imagine all the people. Yeah. So yeah, he said diversity equal confusion. So what do you want, Nigel? Are you a separatist? Diversity brings confusion. What I don't want people to, just like we need to respect God's diversity, not because I respect that diversity in looking at other races as human beings. It means that I necessarily want to sleep with them. It means that I necessarily want to mix my blood with them. No, it has nothing to do. But here they made our people believe that diversity means that we have to blend and swirl. And no, you can have your own self-love. You can have your own self-pride without having to, like our children say, sell out. I love everything about me as an African. I don't hate other races, but does it mean I want to necessarily want to produce a kid? Somebody has to look twice to wonder if it's mine? No, I don't want to do such thing. Good afternoon, Kojo. Welcome home to Nubia, the path to return, the home of the African royals. Okay? All right, my beautiful people. So Nigel wants a separation. Nigel, is that what you want? Separation of races, of people? It's unrealistic, because we are all citizens, equal citizens of this world. It's our job to make the savages understand that. But as far as we are concerned, we don't have to walk away from Tatanzambe's teaching because we want to resist some savages. We stay true to his teaching, and he'll take care of them. Don't worry. Hood after groom from Brooklyn. That's so cute. Without diversity, we live in a box that has been created for us. Thank you. Well, you know, the melting pot, I don't necessarily believe in the melting pot. You know, just like I said, this is something you have power over. You have power over whomever you lay down with and reproduce children. I don't think that they need much help for that. It's just I understand that while you can love the races, you know, it shouldn't get to a point where they make you feel that you need to mix with them to have a better version of yourself. Because that's what they did to our children in the Americas. They raped a bunch of our mothers, and then they were, you know, putting the light-skinned ones on a pedestal. That was another tool, you know, to have us feel inferior. That was another divisive tool. You know, you don't have to abide it and like, I like Bantu men. I'm sorry. You're not Bantu. Get out of my way. But do I hate other races? No, I don't. I respect, I can even appreciate if I see a good looking white guy, be like, he's cute. I mean, you know, it could stop there. It doesn't mean that we have to walk around. Nobody force anybody's culture. They say, oh, they don't have the power. I won't give them that kind of power that they're forcing people to be mixing and swirling. Although they try to encourage that through their commercial, you're seeing more and more of that. But come on now, we know better. Okay? They haven't told us, you know, that they're sorry. They haven't, you know, paid us reparation. So our romance can only go so far. You know? Separation is a must. I do not agree. We are not people of separation. We are the one that should teach these savages that we are one before the Creator. That's the mission He bestowed upon me. And as your queen, I can't come here and teach you hatred, teach you separation. That's not what Tata Nzambe wants me to do. We can have interaction, we can work with them, but when it comes to reproducing us, when it comes to whomever you feel comfortable around, you know, you may feel comfortable around them to the point you marry them, somebody may not. And the person who, you know, who does not shouldn't be perceived as racist. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. God created a diverse world for a reason, and we are to honor Him through His creation, by respecting His creation, by stopping the killing of the weak and the poor, by stopping the killing of animals, you know, for no reason. They hunt animals as a sport. All that is disrespectful to God's creation. You know, it's just like some people have a problem, you know, with not being all that. So they want to make sure they make suffer all those who are all that. We need to eradicate evil. We need to eradicate evil from among us, and separation. It's evil. They did that to us during segregation, and now they're so ashamed of their past. They don't even want it brought up. They don't even want it brought up. And this is where you want us to go back. No, we're not going. We're people of the light. We're people of love. We're people, you know, we're people of truth. It's our job to teach the savages that you ain't shit more than I am shit. Okay, my royals. Royals are not hateful. We loving like gods, and we fight like gods. Okay, my beautiful. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to leave. Basically, it's just like our interaction, whether at work, whether on the street, it should be the same. Like, hey, this is a fellow human being, you know, I have, you know, to treat them like I would want myself be treated. That's all. That's all. It's just them who have a problem with doing that. But now, okay, things are changing. Many of them are awakening. So just be that royal. I told you, by the time our transformation is complete, millions of people will want to be us. You will see the girls walking this around. This fashion statement, which is our crown for us African women. When we tie it, it's like we mean business. We're not here to play cute, distract with all the hair on the face. This is me. What's up? So we're talking. Okay? All right, my royals. So, as usual, it was a pleasure spending a little time with my beautiful, amazing African royal. Okay? So, Peace in your homes, love in your hearts, and unity. Okay? We are one. All right? Go and be at peace. May our ancestral shield be forever upon you. Go home safe, leave home safe. Everything you do, let it be safe. Everything you touch, let it be blessed and protected. May you become invisible to the evil eye. May them never see you nor your loved ones. Go at peace. Okay, my royals?